So day 6, we are focusing on flexibility, or at least flexibility for me that is specific to handstand, which is mainly overhead flexion and box splits. Useful. So I'm going to show you a really nice exercise for gaining a little bit more range in overhead flexion. For those of you that aren't sure, I look this direction. So if you struggle with this, you get here and you're like, yeah, 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 then you're lacking a little bit of overhead flexion, which is possibly coming from a little lack of thoracic extension. I'm going to show you a really nice MET stretch for this. And then I'm going to invite Laura in as well so that you can see what it looks like with a partner, because it's a much nicer exercise with a partner. But if you don't have a partner to work with or a training buddy, I'm going to show you now just one demonstration against the wall. Ideally, you want to use a bar, but if you don't have a bar, like I don't, you can just use the wall. You're going to take the hips directly over the top of the ankles, and you're going to think about sinking down, but you don't want to arch the back too much. It's kind of like what I call an active rest position, so I'm not super tense. I'm also not super relaxed. I'm somewhere in between. And now I'm thinking about relaxing as much as I can, and you want to do this for about 30 seconds. I'm not going to do the full time so that you guys don't get bored. And then after the 30 seconds, I'm going to think about either pushing my hands sort of, or thinking about dragging the wall down or pushing the wall down towards the floor. Or the other cue I like to use is pulling the ribs in slightly. And I'm really sort of contracting my pecs quite a lot, pushing down for 10, resisting 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then relax 30 seconds. And maybe have a little bit more range there as well. So we can do another version with a partner, which is personally my favorite, and it's a little bit more efficient. So basically, Laura's going to use my body as acting as the bar. So I'm going to take a position on my knee. Make sure you've got a mat underneath your knee if you need one. And she's going to rest her hands or her arms parallel on top of my knee. So imagine that my knee is a bar, basically. Okay. Yep. And you can rest your wrists there as well. So if it hurts your shoulder joints a little bit, sorry, not your shoulder joints, your elbow joints a bit, she can move her way up. So, or I can move my way down like this. So don't put any stress on her. And same thing. So she wants to take her knees sort of out a little bit further so they're fairly parallel with her hips. And again, she's not super relaxed and arched, but she's also not super active and tense. She's somewhere in between. I'm just going to give her a little massage. This is the best part of learning handstand. So I'm just going to let her know, where is her thoracic spine? Her thoracic spine is here. Allows her to put a little bit of focus into the area that she's stretching. Again, so I'm going to do this for about 30 seconds. I don't want to go super hard, just nice and gentle, working my way in thoracic. And then after about 30 seconds, I'm going to give her the same cues, which is either feeling like she's pushing my knee down in towards the floor, or she's pulling her ribs in, and she should be really contracting, really resisting. I should be feeling like she's pushing me down to the floor. Go on, Laura, push me, push, push. That's it. 5, even more. 4, that's it. 3, 2, 1, and then she relaxes again. So we've got 30 seconds relax, and we've got 10 seconds resist. And you can do this for about 3 or 4 repetitions or 3 or 4 sets. You do have quite a lot of overhead flexion, or you're quite mobile in the shoulders this direction. You probably want to do, or I would prefer people did the a different exercise, which is making your flexibility active. So being able to control your flexibility at its end range of motion, which obviously is a lot safer. So I'm going to show you a different exercise for those of you that are quite hypermobile, okay, and don't want to increase any more range in your overhead flexion or thoracic extension. So it looks a little like this. Again, this is really useful to use even if you do struggle with this direction, all right? So again, it's just a really golden exercise. So I'm going to go into handstand position on the floor like this, and I'm going to flex the wrists and then take the shoulders above me. So I'm just ripping overhead flexion. And ideally, I don't want to move my thoracic spine, so I don't want anything else to be coming with me. I really want to keep my chin on the floor. And you want to do about 10 repetitions, about 3 sets of those.